Hello guys, today we are going to review how to set up the Google Ads tracking for a Shopify website, doing e-commerce of course. So what we really want is to track the dynamic value of the purchase, the initiate to cart and the add to cart. Okay, so to do it, I created an article that I will link in the description of this video, where I give you all the code that you need. I also made a little graphic stuff to explain what are the steps. And then I give you the full code that you need to create what I'm talking about. So let's dive in. The first step will be to go into your Shopify website. Okay, you will land on whatever. Just click on settings at the bottom left. So this website is in French. You guys will work a little bit your French. Of course, I will translate everything, so don't worry about it. Now that you are into the settings, you want to go into client events. Okay, and here this is how you create a custom pixel. So you click on add a custom pixel, you name it however you want. I called mine GTM checkout custom data layer. You can do the same. And here you will do two things. First, you will say that it's non-required, and the sale of the data, just leave it like this. Then you will paste the code I just gave you here. So to create your node pixel, copy, go back to Shopify, paste. Once it's done, sorry, you need to go into your theme code. To do it, you go on online shop, you click on the famous three dot, modify the code. Okay, and here what you will be looking for will be the snippet. So we are going to create a new snippet that we will call data layer. Please respect this name. Follow this naming, otherwise nothing will work. So as I just created, I will just cancel, and here you can see that the data layer that liquid is available. You will go back to the article, take this code, this free code, and just paste everything here. Once it's done, you are pushing data through data layers for your Shopify website. Now we need to let know Google Tag Manager which data is interesting us and how we are going to send it to Google Ads. So the first thing I would say would be to create your Google Ads conversion. To do it, just go into your Google Ads account and create new conversion. So let's do it. When you create a new conversion, you take website, you take your store URL, okay, you verify, apply. Okay, now what you are going to do is add an action of conversion manually. Conversion action. You will name it, for example, add to cart. You can call it whatever you want. Here you take the use different value for each conversion. Okay, and then you just create it. And of course, you select the right category of conversion. Here we are doing add to cart, so in French it's like ajout au panier, baguette. You select it and press OK. Once it's done, you just save and continue, and here they will ask you how you want to install this conversion on your website. So you will say, I want to use Google Tag Manager. So this is the top right tab. You click here, and here you will get two things. First, your ID of conversion, and then the label. This is what you need to set up Google Tag Manager. So now that you have created your website, your Google Tag Manager container, you are ready to do two things. First thing is to configure the tag, three things, the tags, then the trigger, and then the variable. You can do it in the, okay. So to create those tags, we will need different information. First information, we will need to add the conversion ID, the conversion label. And then they will say, okay, how do you want to track those dynamic values that are like conversion value, transaction ID, and currency code? So what you are going to do is simply copy and paste from Google Ads your conversion ID, your add to cart ID, okay, and then you want to add those, but you haven't configured yet. So let's go to this. We are going to configure the variable that are not built-in variable, they are user-defined variable. We will need to create 4 of them. Tac. And you can do it. No, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one is okay. So you will need to create a few variables, and those variables are the 6 following one. I'm going to provide everything into the article, so all you have to do is copy and paste exactly what I did. I'm calling it like data layer variable, transaction ID, data layer variable value, etc. Once you created those variables, you will name it, and the name will be used into your tags. So you go back to tags and you just add here conversion, transaction, and currency code. Okay, that's cool. But one thing is missing is the trigger of the event. I define the name of each event into the Shopify code. So all you have to do is simply say that when a trigger event happen, custom event, then you will trigger this tag. The name needs to be respected because those names are code that I defined into Shopify too. Okay, so now now that you have the dynamic value, the trigger that makes you a tag, what you can do is like preview it. But the problem is that everything at the checkout level with Shopify is managed by a sandbox environment. A sandbox is something where it's different from a simple website. It's like kind of an iframe, so a website inside an iframe, and there is like bugs with Google Tag Manager with it. Maybe if you guys from the viewers know how to correct those preview bugs, I would really appreciate if you let me know. But one thing is sure is that it's working. It's properly sending from the back office all the conversion and dynamic value that you need for your Google Ads campaign. So I would not recommend to try to preview anything from the tag manager, even if you can do it and you will see some conversion fired, but with a status of failed, even if it's working in the backend. So the best way to verify for you if you configure everything properly is just to go back into Google Tag Manager And when you create a new conversion, it will have this status, inactive. If you trigger correctly the conversion, you will see here that there is like no recent conversion. It takes time. It takes like at least 1 hour. So what I would recommend is first you trigger your tree conversion. The best way to trigger a purchase on Shopify is just to create a test product. So test and to set the price at €0. Okay. Here you can see that my data layer is probably pushing the view. Oh shit. View items, but no add to cart. Add to cart, nothing. Now let's add it to the cart. Okay, you can see that now I added something to cart. So the Ctrl+F is not working. Add to cart. So you have the value, add to cart. You have the quantity, everything that you may need to track. And you can see also the conversion ID and the label. So I made some tests with other accounts. All the tracking is correctly sended. So you don't really need to panic because your Google Tag Manager Assistant preview doesn't really work. This is because of the sandbox environment problem. If you want to check what is a sandbox, you can just go into ChatGPT and ask him what is it about. Isolation, reusability, control access, wish testing. Fine. Okay, that's pretty much it. I hope you appreciate the free work I'm giving you. And if you do, I would greatly appreciate just a little like on the video or maybe a comment, or even better, to follow me on YouTube. Subscription, we say? Yeah. Anyway, it would mean a lot to me as I'm just starting and I'm trying to provide you guys the answer you are looking for since so many times. Thank you and have a beautiful day.